Hello and welcome to Threefold Herbal Healing. I'm Herbalist Lior. I help people who are sick and tired of being sick and tired grow their health from the roots up. This video is about seasonal allergies and stress. It's the fourth video in a series of videos because seasonal allergies is a complicated topic. It involves the immune system, the digestive system, the endocrine system, and the nervous system. I try to cut it into 4 digestible bites so you're not overwhelmed. In the first 2 posts about seasonal allergies, I explained some foundational concepts, such as what are IgE, what is a mast cell. I want to show you how stress can actually drive the seasonal allergy reaction. So let's recap a little bit so you feel like you are not lost in all the details. To make long story short, seasonal allergy happen when an overreactive immune system reacts to environmental irritants that don't result in a reaction in most people. The allergic reaction are mediated by IgE. IgE is an antibody that produced in the body when you inhale a pathogen that the body thinks is its enemy. IgE bind or dock to mast cell. Mast cells are cells that are filled with sacs, and those sacs are filled with immune messengers. When IgE dock into a mast cell, the mast cell open the door and release histamine. Histamine is an immune messenger that basically tell your system that you have a pathogen around and you need to get rid of it. So the system reacts in symptoms that function to get rid of the pathogens. So you get a lot of tears and itchy eye, you get drippy nose and congestion, a lot of mucus. The body is trying to take the pathogen and kind of drown it in mucus so it can expel it. Many studies have shown that there is a link, or even multiple links, between nervous system, endocrine system, and the immune system. Historically, allergic reactions, including asthma, were considered to be psychosomatic conditions. They had worsened outcome due to psychological stress. For example, research found that maternal stress during pregnancy significantly increased the risk of allergies in the infant or toddlers that were born. At the same time, stress was found to get worse with people that had allergies. So it works both ways. So really, how does stress affect the immune system? The adaptive immune system is the part of your immune system that is highly trained and that has memory. So in your adaptive immune system, if it ever met a pathogen, it kind of analyzed its proteins and remembered them. It has like a library. What happens is that if you one time encounter some kind of pollen and develop an allergic reaction to it, the next time that you will meet the same pollen, the adaptive immune system will remember it and will launch the same reaction again and again and again. So once you have the reaction once, it's very hard to stabilize the system and prevent it from launching the same response to the same pollen again and again and again. The adaptive immune system is made out of 2 types of cells, B cells and T cells. IgE is an antibody, which is a B cell. You have 4 types of T cells in your immune system, but only 2 of them are actually relevant for allergic reaction, T helper 1 and T helper 2. T helper 2 promote the production of IgE. If you have more IgE in the system, you have higher risk of IgE actually binding into a mast cell and releasing the histamine and leading to the cascade that caused the allergic reaction. Lab tests of people with allergic reaction show that they have higher levels of T helper 2 in comparison to T helper 1. So their T helper 2 and T helper 1 balance is out of whack. Also, when people with allergy were treated with immunotherapy, the proportion of T helper 1 and T helper 2 in their bodies were much more balanced. Chronic stress suppresses the production of T helper 1 and promote the production of T helper 2, which eventually increase IgE production and the risk for allergies. To understand how stress affects the immune system and can lead to reactive mast cells, so mast cells that are opening their doors again and again and again, and increasing the risk and the severity of allergies, because the more histamine you have in your system, the more severe your symptoms are. You first need to understand the hormonal cascade that happen when you feel stressed out. What is really the stress response? The body initiates the stress response in response to internal threat and external threat. We always think about stress as something that happens in response to something that happens from the outside, like fighting with your spouse, having money problem, something not going well at work, no time. We think about stress as something that happened to us because of something that comes from the outside. But there are internal causes of stress. For example, an acute disease or illness, such as flu, is a stress on the body. On the other hand, a chronic condition like sustained low-grade inflammation is stressful for the body too. Nutrient deficiencies are also a stress on the body. Even if you eat enough calories, if you don't get the right nutrients, that's a stress on your body. If you skip meals and your sugar level is too low, you stress your body. If you don't drink enough or you drink too much coffee and alcohol and you are dehydrated, that's a stress on your body. Sleep disturbances, when you don't get long enough sleep, about 8 hours a night, and your sleep is not deep and restful, that's a stressor. Too much movement or too little movement are both stressful. So you have a lot of lifestyle really factors and outside condition that comes together and create different level of stress. The stress response is initiated in the endocrine system and in the nervous system. How does it happen? It's really a three-stage cascade of hormones. First, the hypothalamus in your brain releases CRH, a hormone that initiates the entire cascade of stress response. CRH then stimulates the pituitary gland to secrete ACTH. ACTH floats in the blood all over your body and reach the adrenal gland. You have two adrenal glands that sit on top of your kidneys and stimulate them to release cortisol. So what does that have to do with allergies? The hormones that play a role in the stress cascade are three: CRH, STH, and cortisol. Two out of those hormones play a role in in seasonal allergy. CRH, the hormone that the hypothalamus releases first, and cortisol. So let's for a moment talk just about CRH and how it affects seasonal allergies. CRH can significantly increase the number of mast cells. So when your hypothalamus release CRH, at the same time, it's also increase the number of mast cell in your body. It can also bind to IgE receptor. So CRH by itself directly can bind to IgE receptors and set the conditions to start releasing histamines from those mast cells. Those two factors together increase the risk of allergic reaction when you have stress, even without outside thing flooding your system. It makes your system much more reactive. When the hypothalamus initiates a stress response, elevated CRH means a potential increase in the number of mast cells and a higher chance of those mast cells releasing histamine. Together, you have a reactive system. On the other hand, when mast cells are activated in the body due to an allergic flare, they increase the gut-brain barrier and the brain-blood barrier. So there is a better chance that pathogens and allergens and waste product from your gut enter your bloodstream through the blood barrier in your gut. And there is also a better chance or a high risk of all kinds of substances that are not supposed to cross the brain-blood barrier and enter your brain. So those two increase inflammation and lead to CRH release in the brain. So what I'm really meaning now is that on the one hand, CRH can cause or lead to increased risk in seasonal allergies or in allergies altogether. But also, when you have allergies, when your mast cells are activated, they start a cascade of actions in the body that eventually can lead to higher level of stress. And together, you can start to see a vicious cycle. Chronic stress can lead to allergies. But allergies reduce the body's resilience to stress and can initiate a stress response by themselves. So you have like this really ugly cycle. Now let's pass and talk about the cortisol. Cortisol is a steroid hormone that is released by the adrenal gland, like I said, on top of your kidneys. After all this hormonal cascade from the hypothalamus to the pituitary and to the adrenal. It has many bodily functions that are really essential for living, including modulating the sleep and wake cycle and keeping you alert. Without cortisol, you would not be alert and engaged in the world. So cortisol is important. Medication, pharmaceuticals that contain cortisol and adrenalines are the main medicine that are used in severe allergic reaction like asthma and anaphylaxis because they suppressed mast cell activation. Studies show that people with lower than normal cortisol level had an increased level of IgE antibodies. So if you don't have enough cortisol, you have too much IgE, which increase your chances or your risk of those IgE that are roaming in your system, docking on mast cells, and you, 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 releasing histamine. The amount of cortisol in the blood changes throughout the day. It is high in the morning when you wake up and start to decline in the afternoon and toward the evening. However, keeping a balanced cortisol level high enough to suppress mast cell activation, but low enough to prevent chronic stress, because if your cortisol is too high, you will have chronic stress, and then you go back and you create an imbalance between T helper 1 and T helper 2. And that can again lead to allergies. So you want levels of cortisol that are not too low, but yet not too high. You want a balance, or to find the silver lining. It is no secret that allergy symptoms are stressful. They are tiring. It's really hard to breathe. It's really hard to think. You don't get a good night's sleep. It's really tiring and very stressful. Therefore, for all people with seasonal allergies will benefit from reducing allostatic stress, or the bucket of stress that you carry on your back. At the same time, increasing resilience to stress can help them buffer the effect of stress on the allergies. So, what can you do to regulate your nervous system and reduce stress so you maybe prevent seasonal allergies, or reduce the reactivity and have less extreme symptoms? You want to eat nutrient-dense meals and try not to skip meals. You want to keep your sugar level more or less flatlined. You want to have all the nutrients that your body needs in order to create energy and to function well. You want to hydrate with plenty of water. You want to have water, you want to have herbal tea. You want to be careful with coffee and alcohol because they are dehydrating. You want to sleep 8 to 9 hours a night, and you want to feel restored and refreshed in the morning. If you wake up in the morning and you are not refreshed and restored, your sleep quality wasn't good enough. You want to move your body every day. You want to walk. You want to do some muscle exercise. You want to feel like your body is moving. So your body move nutrients in a productive way in the body and also remove toxins from the body. You want to spend some time with community and family daily. When they talk about Mediterranean diet, I always say the Mediterranean lifestyle is such that people are engaged with their family and community on a daily basis. And that's part of the most important ingredients for well-being in those communities. And you want to find meaning. It could be God, church, or synagogue, or it could be just walking out in nature. Wherever you find your meaning, that's for you. It's like a personal thing. I hope you found it beneficial. I hope it was interesting. I would love to hear from you what you think about this video. And if you have any questions, I hope the entire topic of seasonal allergy was supported, especially if you struggle with seasonal allergy. Let me know if it was helpful. Thank you, and see you next month with a new topic. Bye.